So you probably feeling stress right now, financial stress, or some type of stress because it's life. So if you feel stressed and thinking there's no way out financially, or let's stick with the financial because this is where I think I can help. Okay, and you're probably doing everything you can. You probably driving, for the rideshare companies, whether it's Uber or Lyft or doing DoorDash. Nothing wrong, but you gotta understand you are trading time for money, which is where all of us start. But the thing is, the goal is not to stay there because think about it. At the end of the day, you have car repairs, you have insurance on your own, you have, repair, especially repair. If you have brake repairs, like this thing costs like $800, and think about what you're making as well. So there's nothing wrong. I'm not trying to criticizing the ride share because if I know what I know now, I would have skipped probably this hustle because I spent 9 years, almost 10 years, driving around and end up broke, to be honest with you. But I know how it feels. So the thing is, you start thinking about how you can have something on the side. Because if you're driving like me, I will always talk to people and then exchange networking to see whether I can make connections. And sometimes I make some good connections. I remember one time I met a lady and then I picked her up from the airport and then I ended up getting a job because I have a landscaping company, by the way. So on the side, and then as I was dropping her off, and then there was a tree on the ground because there was a bad storm, and then she said, "Oh my gosh, this neighbor gonna need help, so let me go take to her and then introduce you," like just like that. And then she because on the car on our way, and I was just talking to her and then letting her know what I do on the side, things like that, the company. And then she right there, get out the car, and then she introduced me to her neighbor. Like, this is a direct endorsement. And then the neighbor said, "Yeah, I was thinking about finding a company that can get rid of this tree." It was about 2 trees, And then I said, "Yep, we can get this taken care of for you today," because the company wasn't too far away. And then she said, "Okay, how much?" And I believe I charged her about like $2,500, something like that. I will have to double check the number, $2,500. And then she agreed because she didn't even question nothing. Because why? Because the lady introduced me just like that the first time, and I pick her up from the airport, and then I get the job, and I drop her off, and then I went back and then get the truck, and then I called two guys usually help me out as well, and then I have them come out, to do the job and then to help me. And then they come out and help, and I believe each of them get some good pay as well. But at least I made roughly 1,500 profit right there on the job. Think about it, it was just right. And then the amount I made in the ride, I think it was probably 35 or $40. Think about it. And then just the communication and then the networking. So that's how it is. But I still do it. While you're doing it, you always want to make sure you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Okay, so always thinking like, I'm driving during the day or I'm driving during the night. Set your goal, because once you set your goal, you can know whether you want to start a business or whether you want to go to school. Always investing in yourself, because if you just sit behind the wheels and then driving and then not thinking about the future, because until your car breaks down or something, and quite often things beyond our controls, because sometimes you pick up passengers and then they just want to lie, they want to cheat, and then you don't know, they might just report you for something not really serious, or maybe nothing at all, because this happened. And I know some of you out there are doing a great job, good people, just like myself. We're trying to do the best we can every day, but people are just people. But my point is, your financial situation, you want to make sure that you don't rely on outside, like only on the apps. Okay, don't rely on the apps. So what you can do, like when I started doing it, everything changed for me. I realized, well, I can just drive around like that. I have a family and I have kids and everything like that, and I was just like going. I remember once upon a time I would drive like 12 hours straight, even before Uber put restriction on the 12-hour limit, and I was going more than that on the weekend. And then because I used to go to Dallas, to drive. You guys know Dallas, the business used to be very good, back then. But making money, sometimes you make good money, what we call good money, like a good night, you make a $500, 700, $600, you call it good money. But for us, when it's just driving, it's just a good money. But the point is, here where I'm sitting right now, so this is my office, and then actually I bought this place, not to brag anything about it. So, and then this is where I am today, and there's nothing, just like pretty much an empty office. And then if you turn me on here, so this is my laptop here, and then this is just the screen, things like that. And then yeah, it's nothing, like I said, nothing fancy, but just telling you, like, that's me. I'm about to have lunch, so this is my lunch right there. And then if you walk around with me here, and then it's pretty much, more things, but the goal is always thinking how you can, continue to invest in yourself, about what you want. Okay, so this is where the secretary sits. There's no one here yet, so you can see this is the seat, and there's nothing, and then. But the point is, if you are driving, set goals. Think about it. If you said, okay, Monday to Friday, because some of you already have another job and you're just doing on the side, which is great. Always make sure you don't put all of your eggs in one basket, because it happens, if you put all of your eggs in one basket, and then things, I have so many stories I can tell you over the 9 years driving for this, this ride shares, etc. But this video, I'm not gonna go over all of this. I just wanted to give you a quick reminder to know that it is possible. Things will get better, but you have to change. Like Jamo said, for things to change, you have to change. First, set your goals, like how many hours you want to drive. And then the other things I realized about the app, you have to know when there is a good time to drive. Think about the surge, because if you drive during the day, the demand is low, and then so many drivers, of course the price gonna go low, and then it's not gonna make as much money, and in traffic, and you're gonna waste more time. But if you can set your schedule where it's in the afternoon, like for me, I used to like doing it, in the afternoon. I will just drive afternoon, and then long night, because I know during the day I do other side also, for the businesses that I'm trying to build, things like that. And like I said, I have this landscaping business too as well. We'll talk about another video maybe, and then of course I will talk about it in another video. But the goal is, please hear me from my heart. I've done it, like driving for 9 years, almost 10 years out there. It's tough sometimes, and sometimes it's fun. You meet some really good people, you enjoy it, but sometimes you don't, but it's life. But the thing is, set your goals every week, whether it's on Sunday, plan it. Like Monday, I want to drive, I want to make an extra $100, because when you have the goal, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. Because if you can make $100, like, in every Monday, you just walk, from this to that. There's no guarantee. That's the thing about the app. But you can make it happen, because if you go ahead and depend on your car, you do the all type of rides. I'm not gonna keep repeating the rideshare names to avoid getting in trouble, because I'm not criticizing. But I'm trying to help fellow entrepreneurs, or rideshare, anybody that have a desire, that want more, things like that. But it's possible. When you set your goal, say, look, I need to make $100 every day. You just have to go for it. If you say you want to make $50, it's extra, because if you already have a full-time job, you just need extra $50, make it. But the thing is, you have to understand not to spend it like crazy, okay? But the thing is, just don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Things will get better, but you have to put some discipline to set your goals, and then start thinking about, okay, what else can I do? Because it's better to have some savings than having nothing at all. Because I know how hard it is when you wake up, you have nothing, and you're just thinking, oh my gosh, and you have debts, loans, all of these things to make, and then if you have family, things get crazy. So my fellow drivers, so please set the goals, and knowing what you want. If you don't, start asking yourself, maybe I will need to start a goal probably to see if I can help some of you out there that need help, but can't take many people. But I will see if I can start probably about 10. We'll see how many of you comment something, and then you can comment if you're interested, because I want to see first what I will do for you. I can promise I can help. If you think about the business, please don't just think about business because you want to make money. That doesn't work. You have to deliver a service, because that's how it is. Money is an exchange. You give service for money. You just not make money, because otherwise everybody will be rich. That's why Uber provide a service. It's a service. Everybody willing to pay, whether you don't have money. But if you want to go somewhere, you don't have a car, you request a ride. Therefore, and then they have the driver waiting, and then they get the ride, and then Uber get the cut, and then that's how it is. It's a service. The same for you. So if you want to do a service, you want to create a business, the goal is to serve someone, whether it's to sell them, like whether it's a t-shirt, or you want to do a landscaping, you know how to mow lawn, maybe it's a cleaning business, because this thing has been trending lately, because people know how to do cleaning, because all of us have a talent or something. Or maybe you know how to sing, you can sing on TikTok, but you don't know how to start, things like that. But anyway, let's see how many people comment below. Let me know what you think, and then I will see if I can help. I will start at least, I can promise I will start at least 5 people, to see when we pick 5 random people, and I will see how I can help with just knowing what you guys want, and then hopefully I can give you guys some advice, and then to see how it goes. So again, set your goal on your weekend, knowing what you're driving toward. Be clear. If you need to make $50, write it down, and when you get on the road, don't get back home until you make this $50. And when you make this $50, you know this goal accomplished for Monday. Sometimes things is, this outside is very good, you want to go further, but always make sure you hit your goal. I don't know. Do what you can, hit your goal. Don't put all your eggs in your basket, but just sit there and then just driving, and then not thinking for the future. So, because whether you like it or not, the future is coming. And when it comes, if you don't have assets, you don't have things you can rely on, unfortunately, that's how it is. You can't go call the rideshare company, to pay for your pension, your retirement, anything like that. But the goal is not to give you financial advice. Remember, all of these things, this is just me sharing my opinions, because I've been there, done that, and I think some of you might want to hear it. So let me know what you think, and then I'll probably create another deep dive video for you guys, showing you the back end, so how things going for me, mistakes, and then I can document it, and hopefully I can help some of you out. So once again, almost forget, my name is Alfedo, because I know you guys are gonna say, what the heck is this guy? So my name is Alfedo Andre. So there's no R on my name, it's just Alfedo Andre. So thanks again for watching. So if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and then let me know what you want, what you would like to see, and I can help you out. Again, reach out, so we'll see how we can build a small community that help each other. Thanks. Bye.